it's fair to say that Shedeur has outperformed him and Kenny Pickett. It's just being objective about what we've seen.
It almost feels like there's a goalpost that keeps on getting moved. Somebody in that quarterback room for the Browns is getting cut, and I guarantee somebody's getting traded. Now, Tyler Huntley might be the person that gets cut. Yeah, y'all forgot Tyler Huntley was on the team, right? He's just a camp arm, huh? Anyway, a few things have arisen that makes it seem like Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett are both going to be on the chopping block, whether it comes to the trading block or the chopping block when it comes to actually being cut. Because look, let's be honest, right? Tony Grossi got on Al Gore's internet, right? However you call it, Beyonce Knowles' internet, Blue Ivy Carver's internet, and said, hey man, it's Shedeur's fault for having a sore arm. So here we are in 2-3 weeks away, and I'm doing this live. Somebody in my phenomenal chat told me, and we watched this video live, so I don't have it. I couldn't find it, but I already recorded the video, so go watch it. Y'all remember when Kenny Pickett originally got this injury? Tony Grossi said, hey, somebody told me, not Tony Grossi, sorry, the Rizzo, the big Riz said, hey, somebody told me this is grade 2. And this is actually going to be 2 to 3 weeks. Here we are. What is it? About 2 to 3 weeks later. And Kenny Pickett still cannot go in a preseason game. He can't go in the joint practice. And now the Browns can only bring 4 quarterbacks: Tyler Huntley, Joe Flacco, Shedeur Sanders, and Dillon Gabriel. Now, Tyler Huntley got some sparse reps both in practice. Last practice was that Monday, and also in the actual preseason game. I mean, Shedeur got a lot of burn. Like, he was, what was it, like deep into the third? I forgot, but it was a nice sizable amount that he got going on. So it does seem like Tyler Huntley is just a camp arm. He is just going to be a backup. This opens the floodgates, hopefully for Shedeur Sanders to get reps. Again, I'm hoping that last time this happened, he ain't get no first team reps. Are they going to allow Kenny Pickett to somehow still get 1 reps while also not participating in the joint practice? I don't know. Kevin Stefanski has done crazier things, okay? And also in this video, what we're going to talk about, because we're going to get into some videos, we're going to get into some reporting. Here is the official report from everybody's favorite, Mary KKK Cabot. Okay. How Browns Joe Flacco's has the inside track to start week 1 versus the versus the Bengals, with Kenny Pickett still not back in 11-on-11s in joint practice with the Eagles. Now, that's specific. 11-on-11s, another report from Mikey NFL. Report Browns Kenny Pickett will not take part in any 11-on-11 in Philly and expect to sit out the second preseason game alongside Joe Flacco. The starter is between Sanders and Gabriel, with both should play a good amount on Saturday. Before I go any further, I already asked my live chat. I'm recording a video, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all can answer if y'all want to answer. But I asked y'all, or I asked them. I said, who is getting traded? Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel? Now, I know a lot of people in the comments say, why don't we trade Shedeur? Why don't you trade Shedeur? Because we're about to look at the 2 teams that he has option. And the 2 teams that he has option, he's going to be a backup, right? He's going to be in places that probably either an offense that's not going to be fit for him, or it's going to be a situation in which they're going to wait for a potential Hall of Famer to come back. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But I'm asking you right now, do you trade Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel? Now, whoever you pick, the other is going to get cut. I think we all presume Tyler Huntley's going to get cut. Remember last week I said, hey, they're trying to set Shedeur up. Now it backfired because both of the Golden Boys, Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, can't even stay healthy, right? And I do want to say, before we get, because we're going to talk about some teams like a potential trade, Kenny Pickett is a 5th, 6th year guy, right? I love the fact that nobody has come down on he's a veteran at this point, not being able to take care of his body. Now, I don't wish hamstring on nobody. Nobody's saying he's out there hurting his hamstring. I want to get that very, very clear. We understand that, okay? But if, again, like I alluded to, if we're going to criticize athletes for the well-being and what they do to their body, right? Why can't we criticize Kenny Pickett for somehow being a vet in a quarterback race and he can't stay healthy? I don't know, dog. I'm only asking these questions because that's what they asked when Shedeur had arm soreness. That's all I'm saying. Everybody wants to act like Kenny. The last football we saw Kenny Pickett play was great. Like, what? Can we be honest with ourselves? The last football we saw Kenny Pickett, he threw himself into a sack. Anyway, let's talk about these two teams. After that, we're going to hear from Kenny Pickett what he last said. We're going to hear, because apparently Shedeur Sanders has outperformed Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. My live chat says Dylan Gabriel should start. So let me know that. Comment down below. Are you cutting Kenny and trading Gabriel? Or are you trading Gabriel and trading? And I know y'all want to trade Shedeur. I know. This is just play the game with me. Play the game, all right? Let Shedeur breathe. I think the Browns are realizing that Shedeur is too valuable. So sadly, I think they're gonna keep him right in that pocket. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So why am I speaking about trade? Is it just some random stuff? Am I just making up? Am I one of those AI accounts making up lies? No, actually, it seems like two teams could potentially be in need of a quarterback. Now, one of them is more, pretty clear. Like, hey, Tyrod Taylor is going to miss some amount of time. So, it would be good to at least have a camp arm, right? And that's why I said Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, right? You probably wouldn't want Shedeur in New York unless Justin Fields wasn't there, because they're building, that's why Tyrod Taylor is the backup. They're building a mobile style, running style, to fit Justin Fields into Tyrod's style. So it's not the most advantageous place specifically for Shedeur, right? So again, that's why I didn't bring that up. And then Matt Stafford is dealing with an aggravated disc and has received an epidural. Oh my God. Last we heard, they put him in this thing. You see this? Hold up. Let me get you the better picture. So here is the video of it. Now, this is, I guess it's called Immortal or whatever, right? And millionaires do what millionaires do out in LA. So whatever. I read into it a little bit. It's basically a holistic like healing thing to hope to help your body and your healing speed up a little more. In code, this back injury is bad, son. He's taking epidurals. He's hopping into rebranded Airstreams. Like, it seems like they're going to need a backup quarterback, because I'm not sure if y'all watched it. Y'all didn't watch it. I know y'all didn't watch it. It's all good. But I don't know. Y'all watched my Cowboys and Rams video. I thought it was a fun time. But Jimmy G's dealing. Jimmy G can spin the ball, but this would be a potential place where, hey, you would want somebody. Now, interesting enough, I don't think this would be a bad place for Shedeur, but again, you're not going to start over Jimmy G. Jimmy G's throwing no-look passes. He's, been a little more molded. He's a lot more trustworthy than I would even say a Joe Flacco, right? Because you're talking about age, even though, clearly Jimmy G is not the most trusted man in the world. Still two different thought processes there. So these are the two teams, right, that are seemingly going to look to do that. Tyrod Taylor underwent arthroscopic, wow, that's a big word, knee surgery and will miss the remainder of the preseason. Head coach Aaron Glenn, the Jets hope Taylor will be ready for week 1 versus the Steelers. So that's guaranteed, missing sometimes. Again, they're hoping Matt Stafford can come in and start. So theoretically, they would need their Tyler Huntley. They need a camp arm. These aren't teams that think that they're going to fully theoretically lose their backup or fully theoretically lose their starter. They just probably need a tweener. And I think Kenny Pickett, if he can stay healthy, which he feels as of August 2nd, frustrated and that he should be out on the field. Let's hear it.
Just trying to take it a day at a time. Frustrated not being able to be out there competing, but I'm trying to do my best to listen to what the doctors and trainers are saying and trust everything in the process.
Aren't you mad?
No, I called it up, and please stay with me, right? And we're gonna get into the Shedeur outperforming Gabriel, right? Because this is one of the bigger reasons why I asked y'all about Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, because they the only ones, that seemingly haven't proved anything. You feel me? 2 weeks ago, Shedeur Sanders was the unproven, overhyped, yada yada. Dylan Gabriel ain't even played no preseason snaps. So Kenny Pickett, again, last time we saw you, wasn't that great? Wasn't that phenomenal? Right? So we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna get into this video. But I wanna stress this, and I'm not actually blaming the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, what do you call it? Their training staff. I'm not blaming them holistically, right? What I will say is that when two players in the same position enter the same group, right? Not only do those quarterbacks need to be held accountable for not doing what they need to do, whether that's pre-treatment, post-treatment, XYZ, right? But also, I got to look at the training staff like, yo, what's happening? And that would be crazy if not for, please, shout out to my man, the Browns, Julian Edelman, not Gage, what's it called? Luke Floria. Sorry, they're just them two. They're like the terrific twosome. Luke Floria, who got waived by the Browns this Monday because of a hamstring injury. Now, it was after a phenomenal catch. He said, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There needs to be a conversation had. But here's another phenomenal reason. Hey, this is not me saying it, by the way. This is ESPN Cleveland radio saying these things now. Let's hear it.
Gabriel was chosen for a reason. Third round pick, that is, over Shedeur. Now, again, proof is in the pudding because since Shedeur has been here, I'm going to be fair about this. It's fair to say that Shedeur has outperformed him and Kenny Pickett. I will go that far and say that, and I don't think I'm being inaccurate in that statement, nor does it come from a place of mean-spiritedness. It's just being objective about what we've seen. And obviously, Shedeur, with his performance on Friday, that puts him even further ahead of Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel. But you're right, though. He does deserve a chance to be seen and see what he can do. And Kevin Stefanski does hold to the ideal. I have to believe, and we've seen it play itself out.
Let's be honest. Like at every single turn, people have been telling Shedeur Sanders fans to pump the brakes. Now, my viewers, because I don't like calling y'all fans. I'm not a famous dude. I think that's weird. My viewers, the people who watch my content, often say that, hey, I'm for the Shedeur Glazers, and I am one. I'm pretty unbiased, right? I'm not going to say I have yet to say Shedeur should start week 1. I don't even want that, especially not with that Browns offensive lineman, especially with a wide receivers for the Browns dropping left and right, and you really only have Jerry Jeudy and 2 tight ends, right? This isn't the most advantageous place for a rookie to start anywhere, right? That's not me, right? But I'm not going to forget or allow people to forget the way people were talked about when, hey, he's going crazy in preseason. It's just 2s and 3s. Okay. Oh, but it was the 2s against the 1s. But it's just training camp. Okay. Okay, well, now it's the 2s. I mean, right, the 2s Cleveland Browns offense against the 1s. What's it called? Carolina. Yeah, Carolina defense. My fault. It's just preseason. He only scored his touchdowns against the 2s and 3s. It almost feels like there's a goalpost that keeps on getting moved. Y'all were not saying that Shedeur Sanders was, he's actually just a good quarterback, but clear the interview. Y'all didn't believe that. That's not what y'all were saying. I have the comments. It's so interesting that the hater comments, that they seem to go away. Wait, where are y'all? Y'all was like half my viewer base at one point. Now I don't see the comments anymore. I don't see people saying, "Oh, he's just a bum. He's entitled. He's this." I mean, maybe it's because I've disproven those things, or maybe it's because he keeps showing you the opposite. And we're gonna get into that because obviously I'm streaming later in the stream, but this is more about the trade and the whole situation. But I've been hearing a lot of this sentiment of pump the brakes, everybody calm down. Why is everybody acting like Shedeur did something? It was okay. It's because y'all acted like the man couldn't read a defense. Mary Kay acted like he's just so far behind Dylan Gabe. I'm still not over that. He's just so far behind Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel can't even stay healthy for a preseason game. Are we going to be honest? We were honest about Shedeur. If we're going to be honest and say, hey, Shedeur did good. He had some bad throws. He had a throw that should be a pick, right? We had this and that. But other than that, he showed what he's best at. He looked like a rookie. Who'd have thunk? And other than that, he shined in a lot of places. What did Dylan Gabriel do? At this point, nothing. And it's not, again, we are not anti-Dylan Gabriel. I'm anti-Kenny Pickett. Can I be honest with y'all? I am anti-Kenny Pickett. I thought he was going to be the guy. I thought the fake slide was fresh. I was on his side. You know what I'm saying? That boy changed the rules in college football. That's kind of legendary. Like, that's kind of cool. Small hands, Kenny Pickett. I don't like the whole small hands thing. I don't like picking on him for it. I call him small hands, Kenny Pickett, just because people call him small hands, Kenny Pickett. And he literally threw himself into a sack, dog. He did that. Anyway, not the point. I don't know why we had to pretend and why Browns fans, and maybe that's just how down and beaten Browns fans are, that y'all had to have some hope in Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, yo. We haven't seen anything positive from Kenny Pickett, even when he was a starter, even when he was trying to get put in that place. And I wouldn't say the easiest place for a rookie to be in, franchise wise in the Pittsburgh Steelers, both expectation wise and weapon wise. Why there were so many I'll say personalities, and there's always so many personalities on that Steelers team, right? I don't think it's the easiest to lead. Okay. So I think I'll give him his grace there. But what were we basing this off? His Pitt days? I like the fake slide as much as the next guy, but I just didn't see it. Joe Flacco is old. I'm sorry. I don't know. What are we doing here? We're not going to get at Dylan Gabriel. I would love to see him play football so we can judge him. We've seen him take a bunch of 1 reps. We've seen him do everything else under the sun. But it seems like we haven't gotten to the point of him actually getting in the ball game. Now, how much time we got left here? We're going to wrap this up. Remember what I asked y'all? Where or who's going to get traded? Like I said, the Jets, the Rams, 2 teams that look interested, Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel. And this is me predicting that at this point, and this might be bold, you might have to pump my brakes. If somebody gets cut in the quarterback room, besides Snoop Huntley, obviously he's just he's over there. A quarterback that will get cut is going to be a Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett. I don't know if one of them will get traded, to be honest with you. I'm putting it right now. Y'all can, and if I'm wrong, y'all can come back and stamp me. Y'all can come back and say you was wrong. But I'm putting it right now. The 2 players that can't even stay healthy, they're going to get cut and or traded. But y'all let me know down below in the comments who that is, what team they're going to go with. Continue to be great. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, man. We'll see you next time. Live stream. Don't